welcome to Fast Five, where our three panelists take on 5 topics. Let's start it off. Ron, Twitter fights government over order for anti-Trump user records. What do you think?
I think it's appropriate. Just because somebody's saying something you don't like, tough. I mean, Twitter, he tweets. He's hurt a lot of people. He's had investigations. He's had causes all over the world. Got people upset everywhere. Turnabout's fair play. You live by the sword, you die by the sword sometimes.
All right, Henry?
Well, I think if you're going to make a proclamation, be brave enough to put your name to it. That's where my beef is. If you want to use a pseudonym, write a book. Okay, let it be published for all the world to see. But in this situation, they used a pseudonym online to hide things, and we have no idea who it is. It could have been Mike Pence for all we know. Okay.
Is that an announcement?
No, it's not. I don't have any inside track like you do. Okay, but honestly, I think what they need. I agree in the privacy vein. But where my beef is, I think they should have used your real name.
Do we remember Mail Call? And I know that was a very popular segment in the Herald Mail newspaper.
What's it called now? It's still kind of...
Well, but it's less anonymous, isn't it?
Oh, you have to sign your name.
I think they need to verify information
now. You have to sign your name now. Yes.
So it's not just where you can call and leave a voicemail about trashing someone and they'll print it. And they printed a lot. I liked it. I mean, to me, it was amusing reading at some level, because you would see these fights start and continue over a series of weeks. All right, Hagerstown City Officials cracking down on proper trash disposal, Ron.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes you drive through town and drive through communities, how people put their trash out's unbelievable.
Okay.
How it's scattered all over the curbs, the issues with it.
But at some level, aren't we not seeing the forest through the trees?
Why?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is the trash issue to you, Ron?
Very important for the looks of the town. Very important for the looks of any community.
Okay.
Trash should be all... You know why there's more trash? Because the amount of people buying online. The cardboard that gets shipped to your house, just all the things that's in the cardboard, all of the packing, all of the... the donuts, the peanuts, and all the things that are in there, the trash just accumulates far more. I think it's extremely important for the looks of your town that the city do crack down on looks, yes.
Henry?
Appearance does matter, but I think we're using a 50-pound sledgehammer in this approach. A lot of the city properties are not directly owned. And I think where we see some of these issues is properties that are leased out, and those people aren't getting penalized. It's the owner of the building that's getting penalized. So there has to be a little bit better methodology, at least in my book. And I agree. We don't want to see trash sitting on the curb and all over up and down the street. But I was against the penalty last year when we were discussing this, and I think there has to be a more effective way to do it. And yes, Ron, we have a lot more trash being generated from online and everything else. And that's just the way of the world. How do we solve it? I don't know. But we got some smart minds in the city. Hopefully they will search for a way to resolve it versus the alternative of finding people.
All right, Ford has built a baby cot that mimics a night drive. Henry?
Well, I read the article on that, and immediately I sent it as a message down to my son. And his reply, he's an engineer, is, "Oh, that's cool. It's a really neat idea. I don't think they're planning to mass produce it at this point, but okay. The hum of the motor and the low vibration apparently helps lull a baby to sleep. And I've never had the issue. I had to throw a kid in a back seat and drive around for hours for him to fall asleep. I was thankful. I know people who have done it. So yeah, it's a neat idea.
I thought it was a great idea. They even used lights, some strobe lights and things there to mimic the lights on that came through the car windows. But it is a great idea for how to do it. You might think of something else. There might be another thing born out of that idea that helps that helps kids
I want an
that have
adult
trouble.
size one of those.
He wants an adult.
Sleeping while driving.
There you go.
Okay.
Hack attack woke up Dallas with emergency sirens. Ron?
Man, I've got a cousin lives in Dallas, and the noise that 159 of those air horns that went off was deafening. If there's a way something can be hacked, somebody's going to figure it out. You know, and that's one of the things with all the devices we have that are controlled, cameras and that type of thing. Do you ever see so many times on cameras they go to, something happens and they need the camera and they go to get the information off of the camera and they can't get it because somebody's hacked into the camera and turned the camera off?
You're watching too much TV there, Ron.
No, it's local.
Oh, okay. All right.
No.
All right. Last one. Pepsi pulls ad accused of trivializing Black Lives Matter.
Well, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Can I sort of leave it there? No, I won't. I'll expand. I think we're making a mountain out of a molehill on this. I really didn't see it. It wasn't that good of a commercial. They got more press over doing this and pulling the ad than that commercial would have ever generated in sales. That's where I'll leave that.
Ron?
I pretty much agree. I think it's totally overblown. There was some issues with it, but then if you look, Pepsi's had problems over the years with some of their ads. The one with Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire, and
Oops.
you know, sometimes things happen. I don't think it's as bad as it was portrayed to be.
All right. Okay, well, Ron, you'll get the last word on that. Stay tuned because up next, we have Last Call. We'll be back in 3.